It's being called the silent epidemic, the growing dropout rate among high school seniors in the nation's top 100 school systems. A recent study showed that 31% of American students either dropped out or failed. One father was faced with the same problem. His son wanted to leave school, so the dad came up with a novel way to make sure his son was educated.
When his son Jesse insisted on dropping out of high school, film critic David Gilmour had an alternative education to offer.
How about this? Why don't we watch movies instead? Why don't we do that instead of you going to school? Because quite frankly, we couldn't be doing worse than we're doing now.
So the film club was created.
I'd have to be pretty stupid to write a book about killing and then kill somebody the way I described it in my book.
Basic Instinct.
Right, which he loved.
The Exorcist.
Right. La Dolce Vita.
Over 3 years, Gilmour assigned his son more than 300 films of various genres.
My favorite movie, probably of all time, it's in the film club, is Godfather 1 and 2.
Watching movies with his dad may have sounded like fun, but Jesse soon learned there were rules to be followed.
I said, you know, Dad, I didn't finish the movie, I just really didn't like it. And he kind of sat me down and he said, listen, you're not going to school, you're not working, you're living here rent-free. When I tell you to watch a movie, you got to watch a movie.
And each viewing was followed by a discussion that made life lessons out of the stories on the silver screen.
And David and Jesse Gilmour join us this morning. So I want to cut to the chase.
All right.
3 years of film club. Then what happens?
Then I kind of got tired of sitting around the house all day. I got my high school equivalency.
Right.
And then I went to University of Toronto for a year. And I've just been accepted into a film program in Prague.
See, he turned out just great.
And that's exactly how you planned it.
That's the point.
Hang on a second.
There's life beyond high school.
How distressed were you when Jesse was not doing well in school and it became clear that he wanted out?
Harry, I was mental. I mean, I teach university myself. Can you imagine having a kid who's dropping out of school? I was thinking, no, he's going to sell pencils in Times Square for the rest of his life.
Right.
But high school
Probably make
was
a pretty good living.
killing him.
Yeah.
You could see it wasn't just that he didn't like high school.
Right.
It was the failure was distorting his personality. And I
How
thought,
miserable were you in high school?
You know, a lot of kids hate high school, so I don't think I'm anything special, except for the fact that it was more than just boredom, it was more than just I disliked it.
Yeah.
It was really damaging my self-esteem and my relationship with my family, and
Yeah.
I was just absolutely miserable.
Harry, he was 6 months from just giving me the middle finger and walking out the house, and I was not going to lose my son over
How
high
did
school.
this idea of, okay, I'll teach you what I know that's important, come through, let's watch all 300 movies?
Because I wanted him to spend some time with his father. Teenage boys need to spend time with their fathers. And I thought, let's give him something he likes to do for a change. We've been boring him to death in high school for years.
Yeah.
Let's pick something that he likes to do. Let's give the guy some pleasure.
And when this first came along, you thought...
I thought, this is great. I don't have to go to high school. But I also thought, you know, me and my dad,
He was
even
smart
in our rough times, have had a great relationship. I thought by institutionalizing our relationship, I turned this into school, this might turn out the way high school turned out. It didn't, but I was worried about that.
And as you sat with Jesse,
Yeah.
and there's some of these things that you really love, some of these films.
Yeah.
What did you see turning over in him that made you think, this is maybe not such a bad idea?
Well, because I could see, first of all, that he was having a good time, that he was happy. Look, Harry, happy kids go on to have happy lives.
Right.
Miserable kids, even if they've got a BA, continue to have miserable lives.
Right.
All I wanted to do was send the kid out into his adult life happy. Then my job would have been done. And having a little bit of an education. And, you know, I hate to say it, but look at him. He's great. He turned out okay. He didn't die when he left high school.
Sure. The passion is still alive, and look who his father, following his father's footsteps. Talk about happily ever after. And the name of the book is?
The Film Club.
The Film Club. And it's quite a read and quite a story. We thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Oh, it's so great. I've been an admirer of your voice for many, many years.
Thank you very much. Not my haircut, though. David and Jesse Gilmour, thanks.